The world doesn't destroy men. Their own habits do. Not the big, obvious ones, but the subtle, silent killers that no one talks about. And the scary part? You might be doing them every single day. Every man wants to be respected. Every man wants to feel powerful, desired, unshakable. But most men walk around like broken machines, unaware that they're leaking value with every step. Not because they're bad men, but because they've picked up habits that poison their strength silently. Like a virus eating away your masculinity, while you smile in the mirror thinking you're doing fine. These aren't just bad habits. They're value destroyers. And they don't just make you weak, they make you forget who you really are. Let's break them down. Habit number 1. Seeking validation from women. If your confidence depends on a reply, you don't have confidence. You have hope. Let's talk real. Every time you pick up your phone, hoping she texts back. Every time you post something just to impress her. Every time you adjust who you are to make her like you. You lose value. Not because women are bad, but because a man who chases loses his power. Dark psychology truth. People value what's rare, what's hard to reach. If you're always available, always nice, always saying yes, you're not a man, you're a puppet. Real men don't chase validation. They build value and let validation come as a side effect. Mindset shift. Stop asking, does she like me? Start asking, will my future self respect this version of me? Because if your self-worth lives in someone else's hands, you're already owned. Habit number 2. Avoiding conflict to stay liked. You know what's worse than being hated? Being invisible. Men today are scared of conflict. They bite their tongue, avoid saying the truth, and nod when they should roar. Why? Because they fear disapproval more than they fear weakness. But here's the brutal truth. A man who can't handle conflict can't protect anything. Your woman doesn't respect you because you're nice. She respects you when you have a spine. Your friends don't trust you because you avoid drama. They trust you when you speak truth, even when it burns. Psychology fact. Nice guys finish last because their nervous systems are trained to avoid pain. But men of value? They walk through fire, bleed truth, and earn their peace through war. Mindset shift. Stop avoiding tension. Start commanding respect. Not by yelling, but by standing solid, speaking up, and walking away when you must. If everyone likes you, it means you stand for nothing. Habit number 3. Excessive pleasure, dopamine addiction. Scroll, click, swipe, repeat. Every second you spend drowning in reels, porn, or mindless pleasure, you are selling your soul for cheap dopamine. You were built for war, but you're playing with your phone like it's your god. You want to know why you feel lazy, unmotivated? It's not because you're broken. It's because your brain is being hijacked by pleasure without price. Dark psychology fact. The system wants you addicted, to stay soft, emotionally neutered, numb, because a man lost in screens is no threat to the world. Every great man you admire, he trained his brain to delay pleasure. He found joy in suffering, in discipline, in the grind. Mindset shift. Pleasure is not your reward. Power is. And pleasure comes after the battle, not before it. You're not a consumer. You're a creator. Stop letting algorithms raise you. Reclaim your mind. Habit number 4. Overthinking instead of acting. You ever sit there, replaying conversations, planning every step, thinking so much that you never actually move? Welcome to the paralysis trap. Overthinking is disguised fear. It feels smart, but it's cowardice in a suit. Real men act, then adjust. The guy who wins in life isn't the one who plans the most. It's the one who moves the fastest. You're afraid of mistakes? Good. Mistakes are how men are made. Mindset shift. Stop asking, what if I fail? Start asking, what if I don't even try? Because if you die without becoming the man you were supposed to be, that's the only real failure. Let me show you how this plays out in real life. 1. The silent weakness, late night scrolling. You're sitting on your bed at 2 a.m. Room dark, face lit by the glow of your screen. You're not building a business. You're not building your body. You're not building your future. You're just scrolling, liking her photo, watching his story, checking their life, waiting, hoping she replies, hoping she sees your name pop up. But what you don't realize is you just gave away power again. That double tap, It cost you self-respect. That late-night hope, it cost you mental clarity. And tomorrow morning, you'll wake up tired, feeling empty, and you'll tell yourself, tomorrow, I'll be different. But you won't, because dopamine already owns you. 2. The moment of disrespect and your silence. You're standing in a group of guys. Someone cracks a joke about you. Not playful, not funny, disrespectful, but you fake a laugh. You pretend you're cool, chill, unbothered, because you don't want to seem too emotional. You don't want to make it a big deal. But in that exact moment, your self-respect just died a little. And they noticed, not just the guy who made the joke, all of them. They saw you fold. And from that day, whether they admit it or not, they'll treat you with just a little less respect, because you taught them you don't defend your ground. 3. The fantasy loop, dreaming without action. You spend your whole week thinking, I should start that business. I should hit the gym again. I should leave this toxic circle. I should work on my discipline. And in your mind, you're a beast. You're rich, ripped, respected. You live in a fantasy of what could be. But in reality, you do nothing. And the clock ticks. And the days bleed into each other. And you look the same, feel the same, still broke, still tired, still lost. You're living like a spectator in your own life. 4. The emotional cage. You feel it but say nothing. You feel the weight of being ignored, of being used, of being passed over again. You want to scream. You want to cry. You want to change. But instead, you bottle it. Scroll again. Numb out. Lie to yourself that it's fine. But that pressure doesn't go away. It grows until one day it cracks you. 5. The habit of disappearing. Ghosting your own potential. You ghost yourself. Not people. You ignore your hunger. You silence your ambition. You mute the version of you that's screaming to level up. And you know what that creates? A man who's alive, but doesn't feel real. A man who walks through life like a ghost. Present, but powerless. No one sees these moments. No one claps for you when you say no to temptation. No one applauds when you face your demons alone. No one thanks you for suffering in silence. But that's where it all begins. This is where men are made or murdered. In silence. In rejection. In the tiny, quiet choices. You either kill these habits, or they kill your masculinity. Right now, you are becoming something. Question is what? You're not low value because you were born weak. You're low value because you let weak habits run your life. But the moment you stop chasing validation, the moment you speak your truth, the moment you silence the noise, the moment you move without needing permission, you rise. The world doesn't reward good boys. It rewards dangerous men who've mastered themselves.